Hello, I'm standing here in my raincoat. You might wonder why. And it's because I want to talk to you today about coats. And I was in Sainsbury's yesterday and I was looking at the new coats and jackets in store for the autumn and winter, and I spotted a few really lovely gems, and I have taken some photos. But as I was browsing, a lady came up to me who was wearing or trying on one of the coats that I was looking at. Really beautifully made, lots of lovely detail, quite a dressy coat, but really warm, and really beautifully put together. But she started to say, do I really need it? I've got lots of coats. I am a bit of a coat and jacket collector. I've still got one from last year that I haven't even worn yet, still got the tickets on. And do I really need it? Do I deserve it? She was having this sort of conversation with me, and of course I said, I thought it looked lovely on her, so I said that, but it's not me to comment on whether she should buy it or not. But it led me to then trying on a quilted jacket, which I really liked, a sort of Barbary type with a little cordy collar, and it was really warm and cozy, covered my bum, and I thought, oh, that's going to be great for going to and fro for my Pilates teaching when it starts to get a bit colder. And then I thought, well, do you know what? I'm going to come home and see what I have already, because it's so easy to forget when you're out at the change of seasons, when you've perhaps had things in storage for a while or they've been at the back of the cupboard. It's so easy to forget what you've actually got. So because it's September and I know the weather's still gorgeous, but it will turn at some point, and I think it pays to be prepared, and also it stops you on those impulse buys. So I came home and I decided to get out all of my, or a lot of my coats and jackets that I've accumulated over the last few years, or many years in some cases, and really take an overall picture of what I have. Now, this is the only thing that I've bought recently. I went on holiday to Norway. I knew it was going to be rainy but still warm, so I wanted a shower-proof jacket that could fit layers underneath and had a hood, etc. And I got this one from Next, and this is a new colour for me, but I think it works really well for me as a neutral because it complements some of the brights that I wear underneath, and it is a greeny colour, which I really like. So that was a considered buy. Don't have anything else like this, and it is shower proof. I don't know, it kept me dry in some quite heavy showers, so that is all good. But what else have I got, and what do I really need to add to it? So maybe have a think about what your wardrobe is going to look like coming into the autumn, particularly in terms of coats and jackets, which is what we're talking about today. So when it came to having a look, I decided to kind of work them out in purposes. So maybe in October, it will still be quite mild. I might have another layer underneath. It might be showery, running to and fro from the car for my Pilates teaching. This is going to be perfect. It will also go over jeans and some of my different colour trousers and things to kind of take me possibly through October if it doesn't get too cold. However, then when it does turn chilly, I have got, if it's wet, I've got a really lightweight puffer just below the knee coat, which is great for in the car because it is so lightweight, and that is really super cozy. So that will go over my gym gear. It's fine with jeans and things. It's not particularly smart, but it's, most of my lifestyle is fairly casual anyway. So that was going to be absolutely fine for sort of October. If I want more dressy, I've got my classic trench, which I've had for many, many years. It's a Marks and Spencer's. They do a same version every year, or a similar version every year, and that just goes on year after year. So if I'm kind of going out, I might wear that. I've also got this, which I got in a sale the year before last, I think. And I really like it. It's a padded jacket, and this kind of padding, quilting, is really going to be seen a lot this autumn, winter. And of course it's got gold buttons rather than silver, which I really like. But what I find, since my hair's got shorter, that this round collarless look makes me look a bit pinheady. So I need some kind of neckline that comes out of that to feel good, but it's fine actually open with something underneath as well. So that is quite warm, but nowhere near waterproof, and it only covers a little bit of my bum, whereas if it gets colder, I would get cold around the top of my thighs. But that's an option, and it can look quite dressed up with the right thing underneath. In one of my neutrals, so all of these that I've shown so far are in my neutrals, so they go with my brights, so they work really well with lots of different colours. I've got a short dark navy quilted jacket, which I'm thinking this was actually my mum's, and I took it on. I mean, she died many years ago, and I've had it, but it was a really good quality one, and I do occasionally wear it sometimes. But the navy is really, really dark. It's almost black, which I'm not so keen on, but it's quite nice for sort of popping out. But I'm thinking if I did get rid of this, then the quilted kind of Burberry style jacket from Sainsbury's might replace this, and it's also in the sort of khaki green, which would be useful. So that might be being ditched. I've got a couple of different jackets here for going. I've got my navy blue blazer, which I love, and a pink fun jacket that gosh, I've had probably about 12 years, something like that. When it gets really much colder, I've got my super duper really heavy recycled Boden, very long, very thick, very heavy coat, and that's really for very cold winter walks, and not particularly practical for the car because it's gets kind of caught up because it's so heavy. And then I've got a couple of wool coats for smarter options. This one I got at a charity auction, a charity swap a few years ago. Really love the colour, but the shape's getting a little bit dated with the back bit. But do you know what? I'm not sure it matters really with coats. They tend to stay. And my bright red one, which I bought in the sale at the end of last, or the beginning of, well, I suppose it was the end of the winter. I've only worn it a couple of times. And that, although it can be smart, I think will look good over some jeans as well, jeans and jumpers. So looking forward to wearing that. And it's quite lightweight, but not in any terms waterproof. So what do I need? I don't need anything. I've got what what will take me through if I didn't have anything else to add. But what I would quite like, I think, is a kind of a thicker, warm version of something like this. So in summary, I think I might go and get that quilted one or something similar from Sainsbury's, which will keep me cozy warm. I can throw over my leggings and my Pilates gear, and it will also look fine with jeans, etc. So have a think about what you have that you may have forgotten about. Maybe it's time to have a little session in your wardrobe, have a session, have a little sort out before you go and get tempted in anything that's new around this for this season. Go through your lifestyle, identify what would actually enhance rather than just what you fancy. And I'd love to know if that lady actually bought that coat or not, but maybe I'll see her again and she'll be wearing it. So anyway, I hope that's useful. If you've got any comments or thoughts about this video, please do get in touch. And if you need any help with identifying gaps in your wardrobe, just give me a shout and we can have a chat. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.